I spent the last hour and a half or so going through my network here in London, and just digging out a bunch of people that I met at events and stuff like that that I haven't spoken to in a really long time. I'm talking like 2-3 years, some of these people, and I'm going to be reaching out to them right now. That list of people is about 70 odd people, and so I'm going to be trying to meet up and catch up with a bunch of those people. And basically right now I'm just going full speed ahead with London and essentially just trying to establish myself here a little bit more. To be honest, I'm still like figuring out a little bit more positioning and things that I want to do, or as a company, like positioning, and also just how to kind of make that presence here in London and actually essentially get deal flow. Right now I'm staring down the barrel of pretty limited lead flow. That's still the biggest bottleneck in my business by far. But I also know for a fact that like this is a big issue for a lot of development companies, and if I can crack it, I can get a lot further as well. And so it's definitely like a big consideration for me at the minute. I launched the new website, but pushed a bunch of fixes for it as well recently. Also, we finally started posting on social media as a company. Like that's something that I put off for the longest time, but yeah, it's good. I think the rule that I had of like trying not to increase burn has really pushed me to focus on the right things as we as a company right now, and my burn rate increased with my move to London, but that's also pushing me in the right direction in all sorts of things, in terms of standards, in terms of my burn is higher, my runway gets depleted because of that, and so that's forcing me to allocate more efficiently to get basically returns faster, which is good. I've also, I have to be back in Lisbon for a week, which is really annoying because I wanted to reach out and meet up with people next week, but it's also, it's okay. I am just contemplating like basically how am I gonna reach out and maintain relationships with those people, but I'm catching up with a friend of mine who's pretty good at that himself, and I'm trying to just get a peek at what his CRM looks like. And the thing now is that I basically just have to focus on stuff with pretty intangible results. What that means is like cold outreach really sucks for development agencies because of so many reasons. There's a whole rant that I've given before, but for the most part it sucks unless you can identify a good lead list. The issue isn't cold outreach itself. The issue is the lead lists are very, very hard to find. But if you are very discoverable, that solves that issue. And so you want to focus on discoverability, I think, as a development company. And that's what I'm doing through basically fostering a bunch of relationships and trying to like, how do I make it so that more humans in London know about Mint House? That's the core question I'm trying to solve right now. And that's going to start with just me going out and about and forging in-person relationships and things like that, as well as focusing on content a little bit. Like just when I say, it's just like social media in general, posting and just being active, existing online and stuff like that. But it's one of the most, like, when you don't have consistent lead flow, it's definitely somewhat anxiety inducing because you don't really have conversion rates when you deal in the business of relationships and things like that. As in, you don't have enough data to say, how many leads come in per month on average because of word of mouth. Like, I don't have that. Well, I do have some of those numbers, but I need to improve those numbers a lot. And, let's say I go out and I spend the next month at meetings. I don't know how many clients will come of that. I just have to go and do the thing. Like me sitting and strategizing, whatever, is not going to get me more clients. Me just going and meeting more people just might. That's how I've gotten clients before, and I just have to double down on that. as well as just documenting, doing a better job of documenting the work that we do as a company. So, publishing our case studies, publishing more content as a company and stuff like that, that's also a focus. And so all of these things I think will cumulatively add, but it's nerve-wracking because you never know when the return on that investment is going to come out. And that's the hardest part, right? It's the uncertainty of when do I get my money back on this thing? But the payout for solving this problem is also incredibly huge for so many reasons. But if I crack lead flow, I crack, the business really scales. Yeah, I was just gonna film something, but I left it for the end of the day, which was, not the smartest thing, but oh well. And so now I'm a bit tired to film something with a little bit more energy, and so I don't want to, yeah. But I want to try and make a point of filming stuff in the morning tomorrow, so that's on my mind as well. And that's it. I have a flight on Friday. Today's Wednesday, so I can't really do a whole lot. I'm just gonna work from home and do the stuff that I need to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Not the most exciting little update, but it's just another day.